Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Crusader Kings 2 Conclave as Scotland under King Waldev. In our last episode, England declared war on us for the second time over the county of Cumberland, which is de jure part of England in fairness, but we're obviously not going to let them take it without a fight. We are up to 78%. We were able to raise some mercenaries and maintain them for a while thanks to the large stack of gold we had squirreled away for just such an eventuality. But his army has just reappeared. We should have a numbers advantage if he chooses to fight us, but for now I'm just going to sit on the war goal here and keep getting ticking war score. We'll see what he chooses to do. Looks like he's headed up to maybe try and siege our capital or something, which is fine. We'll let him lose some men doing that maybe. Maybe he's heading down to take care of this peasant revolt. Still isn't inclined to attack us, which is fine by me. And he has jumped into the peasant revolt. This is an army belonging to one of his vassals. So the main army is headed to Cumberland now, so they are attacking us. The 2,000 from York is not, though. So do we want to take this battle with 8,800? I think we probably will. So we'll be here on the 24th. No terrain advantages either way. We have the same leaders in charge, and he has the same guy in the center who actually doesn't look that good with a 12 martial score, but has a couple of pretty good traits which are helping him out. I possibly should have moved my best commander into the center to maybe balance him out a bit better, but hopefully this will go okay anyway. Arranged marriage from our son-in-law, the King of Norway. Wants to marry some random person. I guess it's probably a relative of his, but he's not in line for the throne, I think. No. To my daughter, so we'll decline that. We can find some better marriage for her, I think. Alright, he did break our center. We broke his right, though. So we'll see how this turns out. It's going to be a close one again. Okay, we broke his center, so this should be victory for us. And hopefully victory in the war. Indeed it was, okay. We even captured a bishop. So we'll enforce demands, get our 720 gold and 100 prestige. And put an end to the second English-Scottish de jure war over Cumberland. And we'll get our troops disbanded as quickly as possible. So that at least pays for the mercenaries that we had to keep raised for that whole war. Which is good. We do have to reinforce our retinue now, of course. Which I think we have... Yes, they are set to reinforce, that's okay. My prisoner, the Bishop of St. Albans, is complaining about his dark cell. We can have him owe me a favour. Is he on the council? He's not. So that doesn't really matter. We'll let him rot, but we will then attempt to ransom him for an extra 25 gold. Okay, so during that war we did pass through the discontent phase of the council after our recent succession, which is good. We no longer have any dangerous factions. It's only the Duchess of Munster here that's unhappy with us. She is pretty strong though, at 57% of our strength. I think we can just afford to ignore her for the time being though. And you've discovered a plot where Duchess Mora of the Isles seeks to kill my wife. Let's just tell her to stop doing that. Which she agrees to. Alright, I think we may need to allow our levies to reinforce for a little while here before we can comfortably go to war again. though the good news is that we are safe from England for a while. Until 1134. So ideally we'd like to maybe conquer another large chunk of Ireland, if not all of it, as well as maybe some of Wales. So hopefully by the time England does declare war on us again, we are more evenly matched in strength. Probably would be a good idea to keep a good amount of gold on hand as well, in case of the need to hire mercenaries. Ooh, looks like Norway's revolt just ended. We do still have the same king in charge, so perhaps he won. Also has a host invasion though. Oh, it's against Denmark and he's just in as an ally. Well, that's okay. So if he's married to our daughter, we should be able to get our non-aggression pact back with him. And then probably also an alliance. Which I'm more inclined to do now that he's not fighting against a revolt. He'll accept. We'll take that. Okay, we are allied with Norway. So our Chancellor is still over here trying to fabricate a claim with a 14% chance yearly. And he does like us, so that's good. And our Marshal here, though, does not like us at all. Oh, we're his rival. I see. Well, unfortunately, I don't think there's much we can do about that, but at least he can't join factions while the Council is content. So we haven't taken any action recently on trying to revoke the Duchy of Albany from Malcolm here. Kind of had to put it on hold after the succession, but we should be able to change our focus and try and get that started again pretty soon here. Unless we want to keep the health improving focus because we're stressed, which might be a good idea. We'll let Moray deal with these raiders if he's so inclined. Speaking of Moray, we have a new Duke of Moray, who is angry that he's not on the council. I think his predecessor was our advisor? No, we just didn't have him on the council. I see. So, let's see, what is he good at? He's not great at anything. Who could we fire from the council? The Earl of Ulster here is not a powerful vassal, so he wouldn't be too annoyed about being fired. Well, he'd be annoyed about being fired, but not about being left out. Or we could fire the mayor here, but I don't want to do that because he's a loyalist. So, how good a spy master would he be? He'd be okay. Okay, I think we'll just fire the Earl here. And put Moray in instead. Which should keep him off our back. And I guess we can send him off to study technology. Alright, who can we imprison? Oh, we can imprison the Duchess of Munster. That could be good. But with what probability? 52% and plus our marshals 19. It's pretty decent odds, I suppose. If we fail, she rebels against us and we fight her, and then we could potentially just take her duchy title. We just have to grant it to one of these characters, I suppose. Not sure that helps us too much, since she's not actually posing us any problems right now. If one of the factions becomes dangerous, maybe that would be worth doing. The Earl of Ulster has provided me with proof that the Duke of Moray has been viciously slandering me. Well, it sounds like he's just jealous that Moray took his place on the council. But we could get reason to arrest him. Unfortunately, it's not the Duke of Albany, who I would like a reason to arrest. We don't need to threaten him with exposure because he can't join factions, and I don't think we want to arrest him, so we'll just keep it to ourselves. Alright, I think we can probably afford to go to war. It's just a little war, which I think it would be. We'll go ahead and fabricate, or rather create, the Duchy of Ulster. It'll also give us some prestige, which helps with vassal opinion. And we can afford the gold. We'll just hold on to this ourselves for the moment, and this gives us a de jure ducal claim. Here, she might actually just accept peaceful vassalization. No, foreign culture, I see. So we'll have to declare war. Let's see if the council is happy with this. Our rival here is going to be a malcontent on the council, which makes sense. Unfortunately, we have a loyalist and two pragmatists who are in favour of this. Gwynedd is going to be on their side, but we have Norway. I think we could fight Gwynedd on our own anyway. So we'll go ahead and declare. Let's see, I guess we could just raise vassal levies. Maybe we'll raise just the levies of some of the vassals who are happier with us. Or the ones who are already really annoyed, so it doesn't matter as much. And I guess we'll raise yours since you don't matter too much either. I think we might need more than that. We also can raise our personal levies, of course. So how many is this? 6,000 versus 1,000 plus 2,000. I think we'll be fine with this many. Especially if we can fight an early battle against the army from Argila. Well, we don't want to fight this battle, so we'll disband you for now. Alright, Gwynedd has been called in, as expected. Earl Murray the Spider here claims that the Duke of the Isles, our rival, is attempting to promote vile heresies. Well, that's interesting. So we could get reason to arrest him. Again, we'd have a 41% chance. The council would be in favour of it. On the other hand, he's probably going to die pretty soon, now that I look at him. Doesn't look too healthy. I suppose actually he's just as likely to recover from being wounded. Well, he hates us already, so we'll go ahead and expose and denounce him. So that we have a reason to arrest him if that seems like a good idea. Alright, this should be an easy battle. And it should be over before the reinforcements arrive. Our vassal Duchess of Munster is calling in favours from people. On her own council, though, it looks like. She's not trying to do anything with my council. Okay, so we won that battle. We'll go and try and fight the army from Gwynedd now as well, I think. Alright, we're going to be there on the 6th, and he's not going to get out until the 11th, so we will be fighting here. I don't think there's any river crossing or hills or anything. And we have twice their numbers. Or even more, actually. Uh-oh. Shouldn't leave this army on its own. Alright, I guess we'll just disband that at this point. Ruler War Declaration Sovereignty is what she is trying to pass in her council, I see. Well, that's fine. Okay, we won that battle, we're up to 30%. We'll go and fight the army from Argila again. Captured a prisoner. And who are you at war with? Defending against Mercia, I see. Who was attacking Gwynedd. Ah. So I guess we weakened their army and Mercia took their opportunity to pounce. Alright, well, that's not really our concern, I guess. Well, it does concern me, kind of, because if some of this land goes under England, it'll make it harder for us to conquer. But there's not really anything we can do about it. What is the CB here? She's just making her a tribute. Okay, so that's fine. Doesn't stop us from conquering them. The Pope is upset with our law of free investiture. The Holy Father is asking us to change it to comply with church doctrine. Yeah, I guess we can switch to papal investiture. Seems okay. I don't really mind doing that. We have raiders in Fife. We'll just ignore them for the time being. Our courtier has died a natural death with an interesting new noise. Alright, I don't think their army can do anything useful, so we'll just ignore it while we sit here sieging. Very small army from Gwynedd as well. Range betrothal from the King of France. Yeah. We'll take that. Finally a good match for Princess Alice. So France obviously isn't as powerful as they once were, but they actually do have some land down here in Italy, which they didn't have previously. Has Bavaria just become independent, or are they in revolt? No, they're independent. Aquitaine also having a revolt right now for elective monarchy. But even if France isn't as powerful as they were, they'll still be a useful ally, possibly. These raiders actually are managing to siege me up here, which I don't really appreciate. But I think we'll just continue to focus on this war for the moment. That siege gets us to 65%. And this bishopric should fall pretty quickly. We are going to lose this siege though, I think. Okay, that gets us to 97. So if the army wanders somewhere close to us, we might fight it for the last 3%, otherwise I think we'll just sit here and siege again. Yeah, he took 71 gold, okay. going to man. Okay, that's fine. At this point, I think it's just going to be faster to finish this siege anyway. Our vassal, the Earl of Ulster, claims that this mayor is attempting to promote vile heresies. Well, that's not really any concern to me, I think. We'll just keep it to ourselves. Oh, and we've contracted typhoid fever. So that's pretty unfortunate for our health. We're already stressed as well, which is another -1. So we could be having another succession here pretty soon. Everyone is still voting for our nephew Wallan, which is okay, I guess. He could be worse. See if there's anyone else we can nominate that people might be inclined to switch to. I don't think they'll choose our son, unfortunately, or any female candidate. Well, they definitely won't vote for Alexander, so we may as well try Cumberland here. He's a slightly better character, I think, and also he's younger. Alright, well, at least we won our siege and got to 100%, so we can enforce demands. So she becomes our vassal, and she won't like us, but I think we'll just grant this duchy title to somebody and make her not my problem. We can grant this county to a Scottish character and make him the new duke, which he might not last as the duke because he'll have a double count underneath him who might not necessarily like him. But maybe we can get him to stay there. Let's disband our troops anyway, and we are just about out of time for this episode. So we'll end it here. Thanks for watching, and join me again next time.